And now to an NBC News exclusive, an internal report by the Customs and Border Protection Agency on what exactly is causing the mass migration from Central America to the United States. Their answer involves the weather and its effects on crops there. NBC's Jacob Soboroff went to Guatemala to investigate.
The roots of Guatemala's migration crisis are here, in their once fertile farmlands, now dried out. Many who have left were in the coffee business, like this farmer. He says he's barely surviving by selling bananas instead.
You know at least 100 people that left to the United States.
No less than 100 people.
They've been hard hit by drought and a plant-killing fungus fueled by climate change. In Chiquimula, this village leader took us to a coffee farm.
This is the fungus. It is the consequence of drought in Guatemala. Before, there were really good paying jobs.
His coffee plants, previously as good as cash, now worthless.
This is Elizabeth. We've made it to her farm, and she's showing us what she grows here, or I guess more accurately, would say what's not growing here anymore.
In Zacapa, a similar story.
Maíz?
Sí, maíz.
This is corn, and obviously this corn is dead.
President Trump has cut foreign aid to Guatemala, including to USAID for rural farmers, demanding the country do more to stem the migration to the U.S. This despite an internal report obtained by NBC News by his own Customs and Border Protection that states the overwhelming factor driving this record-setting migration is crop shortages, leaving its people in extreme poverty and starving. Back in Chiquimula, the World Food Program, which doesn't rely on U.S. funds, brought us to this school because last year 5 kids in the village died of starvation brought on by climate-induced crop failure. Many of their parents have left for the United States for help. Now, in an emergency response, the NGO is feeding the kids here.
Every one of these kids that's raising their hand right now knows somebody who's left to go to the United States because they couldn't survive here. Who do you know that went to the United States?
Mi papá.
Papa.
A familiar story to the tens of thousands of Guatemalans leaving on roads just like this to the United States.
Sources here on the ground in Guatemala City say that the defunding of those foreign aid projects have already begun, leaving communities throughout Guatemala looking for another option to stop starvation that is afflicting their residents.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.